Okay, hello, Key Biscayne. It is Wednesday, July 1st, 2020. This is an Owen's Listening Show, episode 176. I am your host, Rafa. I am here with the excellent panel, Melting Summer. To my left is Anna.
Hi, I am not melty right now.
No?
But I've been melty. Hi, Key
It's
Biscayne.
hot as balls.
I know, it really is.
To her left is Manny.
I love when I beat the delay. That's tricky. What was that, like a split second?
I don't think you beat it. Once I said 0, it was live.
Oh, man. That's what I meant. I get it in. I get it in with the delay.
To his left is a special guest back on the show after, what, like 2 or 3 years?
I think it's been 2 years, yeah.
Eat it.
Eat it. I think it's been 2 years. I'm eating it.
And it's Vite.
Yeah. Hey, everyone.
Welcome back.
Happy to be
Yeah,
back.
man. Welcome back. Thanks
We
for
love
suggesting we
having
do
you.
the show today, Vite.
Yeah, I mean, I thought it was cool. We were, out picking up trash this morning, so.
We literally saw Vite as we were paddling by on our way to the lighthouse. He was walking on the beach,
Yeah.
and he yells, "Manny!" And he's like, "Look what I found!" And he's got a little toy truck. Sorry, Vite, I'm gonna have to tell this
You're
story.
going to throw me under the bus.
Yeah,
That's cool.
throw you under the truck. So it was like a little kid Tonka truck, like a toy that. A lot of the beach trash that you find are toys.
Yeah,
right? And
yeah,
so
of
some
course.
people collect these things. It's
All
they have like
plastic
little gardens
toys.
of toys. It's a truck, and he threw it out to me. He's like, "Catch!" He was so excited. He sees me paddling by with a bucket. He's like, "Catch!" And he chucks it out there. You didn't quite make it.
It
all
was
the way
like
out there.
4 or 5 feet short.
Yeah,
Unfortunately.
and I didn't die for it.
So we went back
I
in the
might have
water.
in the
So I was
past.
in the mangroves and we lost it.
So
in the
we're
seaweed.
going to find it another day.
We're gonna find it another day. It'll
Okay.
come up another
Deal.
day. We did give it a hard look, but
I redeemed myself, though. I picked up some good amount of trash.
you
today.
picked. Then
Yeah,
you showed
she
up
did.
where we all
Right.
ended up at the lighthouse on the other side of the breakwater with a handful of trash. We got these buckets out there, dude. So next time, just grab a bucket.
I will.
Yeah, you'd
I
be good to go.
actually didn't see them until I was walking back, and I noticed where they were that you were talking about.
Welcome home, dude.
Thanks,
Yes.
brother.
Rafa, we still have the music on. Is what I was saying before.
Oh,
Don't
I
worry,
thought you meant
I got it.
the music on in the background over
No,
here.
I
You
meant
mean,
this
you mean the
music.
one that's
Yeah.
like in your ears?
Yeah.
We should have just turned that up. And
Okay. Well, it was good. We'll get to what are you listening to here in a second.
all right, but first is what are you doing this? What did you do this weekend?
It's called Weekend Talk.
Weekend talk. Sorry. Woo!
Rafa is still recovering from the little party we had for his birthday on Friday.
We did have a little herd immunity party on my
It was
birthday.
so good. It was so good.
Outdoors. Everybody was 100 feet apart.
Okay, good.
And
Yeah.
so
Wearing masks.
wearing masks, and it was really nice. So we went out on the bay, a couple of us, and I don't know, partied. I mean, we partied till late, and then we had a
Till the
friend.
morning.
Man, this was kind of scary. A friend of
So
ours.
wait a second. Let's talk a little bit about.
It was my birthday
Yeah, it was Rafa's birthday.
on last Thursday.
Happy birthday.
Thank you.
38, right?
37.
37.
Wow. Wow, Manny.
Man, I thought it was 40, so I was cutting short.
Poor vibe.
So Rafa had a little soiree. I
was
like the way
such
you
a good
called it
night.
the herd immunity party.
Yeah.
I was going to call it the COVID party.
Herd immunity sounds better.
Yeah,
It does.
sounds
It
much
definitely
better.
does.
It was such a good night. It was one of those summer nights that it's not that hot. There's a breeze, no mosquitoes,
Yeah.
perfect crowd,
Outside.
great
On the water.
friends.
On the water.
Everybody's in a good mood.
People
it was
were
a
far
great night.
apart from each other, or at least I was far apart from you guys.
You chose, everybody could choose where they were. It was fine.
Drinks,
great.
salami
Drinks,
sandwiches.
salami
And then it got dark, right? Because that's what happens out there. You get
But it
out
was
there at
great.
five.
It got
Happy
dark
six.
like the light, or someone said something dark and then it got
Both.
dark.
Probably a little bit of both.
Okay.
It got dark, but there were these little cute little lights out there.
Yeah, the fairy lights,
The
which
fairy
somebody had
lights.
left there
Yeah.
at another herd immunity party the night before.
They were
Okay,
great.
okay, cool.
They were great.
And so we were there till late, having a great time, I mean, like I said.
Late is what? Like
salami
you got out there at
sandwiches.
6, right? What's
Like
late?
We got out there at
1:30 in the morning.
1:30, we
maybe?
got back in.
Good amount. It's a good amount of time, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. It was
And
perfect.
so at the end, one of our friends decides, I'm going to get on a paddleboard and untie from everybody and just drift off,
Just
like
float
laying
away.
down, looking
float
at the stars.
away, looking at the stars.
stars.
Suddenly we're like, come back. He's like, hey, I don't want to. He drifts off to the point where we don't even see him anymore.
Man, we tried to keep an eye on him, and when we lost him, I'm like, oh God. And he was laying down, so we couldn't tell if he was on the board or not. And I was just like, oh God, this is it. Like, we lost a friend at the party.
And
so did you have a light or something that you were able to?
Griff spotted him.
Yeah, we called Jonathan because he was out at the yacht club taking over some people. So we're like, before coming to get us, go in this direction. We lost a friend.
Our friend was okay, right?
He was fine.
He was and was he in good spirits? Was he like happy?
He had the best time.
Yeah.
It was annoying. It was one of those annoying
Usually,
moments.
when you do that kind of thing,
He was too happy.
You have the best time.
Yeah.
Everybody
You have
that's
the best
sitting back
time.
worrying about you is freaking out.
Man,
the
I
entire time.
usually don't freak out. Like, I know that we're all responsible, and like, especially him. He's super water savvy, whatever. I was concerned.
Yeah.
I was like, well, something might have happened because
He had a PFD on, right?
No, of course not. He didn't have anything. He could have rolled over right into that water and gone. I mean, I think he would have been able to swim.
for sure
And he
he
had a
would have.
paddleboard
He's
right
super
next
fit,
to him,
yeah.
but it was still worrying at the
The problem
time.
is the traffic out there.
Well, the good thing about
That
being
too.
near the gypsies, you can basically stand up if you fall in the water.
Yeah, maybe. He
Basically.
drifted kind of far, though.
I thought he was going to end up in
Basically,
Miami. I was
yeah.
like, well, we're going to pick him up in Brickell. I don't
No,
know.
I can't swim. Oh, I'll just stand.
You're right about that.
At least earlier in the night, you could definitely stand. It was
Yeah.
like 4
It was
feet
really
of
low,
water. Yeah, it was really low.
tide.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
But
Yeah.
later, it was tippy toe.
Yeah. Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So we got him back in, and everything was all set, and nobody got any cold-like symptoms, so that's good too.
It's been 5 days and counting.
Yeah, and
Do you know anyone from that party that has had a test since then? Just curious.
no,
Since then, no. I mean, I haven't asked, but no.
I would hope that person would report to us that he or she was
certainly
feeling.
hope so.
I think overall people have been really good about being candid. You know,
Right, yeah, of course.
For
it's
sure.
almost like
I mean,
you're a
if you're-
hero if you say, yeah. Everyone's like, well, thank you, man. That's great. I know you. You know, we're in the inner circle now. We can
Yeah.
trust. You know,
I mean, I
trust.
think that if you're willing to take that risk with some friends, like at least be honest and open with the friends. That's the least you could do.
Well, of those 100 cases that have happened on the Key since this came out, I've only heard of one person to tell anybody that they had it. So,
Yeah.
do you know anybody else who said I have it? Of
I
those
know,
100
I know a friend's parents
here
told us-
on the island?
told us they had it, and then we were all kind of worried because we kind of hung out with my friend for a little bit, for a few days, and then we found out this morning that person didn't have it, and neither did anyone else in his house. So his parents got it, but he didn't get it. His girlfriend didn't get it, and his little brothers and sisters didn't get it. So it's pretty good. We're good. We're good.
You're good.
Nice.
Yeah, we're
You're
good.
good.
Yeah.
Is that what you guys were celebrating about
We were,
today
yeah,
on the
'cause
paddle?
Yeah, they did.
That's why Khalil has been extra concerned about that mask he's been wearing, even paddleboarding.
Right.
Yeah.
That was
yeah,
funny.
He was wearing a pad,
Which is good. You know, he was concerned that maybe he was a carrier. Not, he's not
That's
concerned
what-
for
yeah.
his health, but
Yeah.
that's what I'm more concerned about,
I think I am too. If I would just get really upset if I got sick and I ended up having chilled with friends and got them sick. I'm not worried about me.
Yeah.
I'm worried about spreading.
Yeah,
it.
I think that I'm doing a baseball camp, with kids. We're doing
Yeah, a
a
lot of
baseball
kids,
camp.
right,
So,
Yeah.
but even in the camp, it's very strict.
Yeah.
The coaches wear their face covering the whole time. You can have a certain number of kids.
Yeah.
You have to be separated. Even the kids, when they're kind of sitting together at the beginning,
Yeah.
they all have their masks on. We take temperature on their way in.
Yeah.
So listen to this. This is my weekend talk, right? We get to I buy one of those thermometers, the touchless ones, and so I
The
test
laser
I put the
pointing.
The ray
batteries.
gun ones.
I put the batteries, and I'm ready to do. I test it on myself. It seems to work. I show up at practice. The first kid comes in. I'm standing at the gate before they walk even into the field. There's another coach as well that he sits them over there separately. First kid comes in. I'm like, hey, how you doing, man? How you feeling? Everything good? You know what's going on, right? Whatever. You go over that. These kids are 10, 11 years old.
Yeah.
They know
Yeah.
what's up. And I said, I'm going to take your temperature now. Can you take your hat off? And it's at 5 o'clock in the afternoon,
good.
right? From 5 to 7, it's brutal. I take his temperature. Bing! 102.5.
No. No, the first kid. You're
I'm
cancel
oh,
the camp.
Man, there's 18 kids coming.
Oh my god.
And I said, hey, so what'd you do before coming out here? Were you what'd you
Running
do?
around?
Running around, or he's like, yeah, no, nothing. We just came over, we jogged over here. Okay, all right. Let me take your temperature again. 101.9. I'm like, oh man, this is not good. So then I said, hang on a second. So I take my own temperature, 97.8.
Okay.
I'm cool.
You're good. Yeah.
So I ask, I'm like, hey, I go and I tell his dad, right? And his dad was like, okay, well, we have to, we take his temperature every 2 days.
Yeah,
And, I go, let's just have him sit away from everybody. Maybe, this is the first time I'm trying this thermometer.
Yeah.
Drink some water, sit in the shade. So he does it. The next kid comes in, ding, 102.7.
Oh my God.
I'm like, okay, something's wrong here. So I had my umbrella, my beach parasol, and
Yeah.
I was walking around with that. So
Yeah.
I was in the shade, everywhere
So
I
you were
went,
fine.
I'm in the shade.
Right.
So I put that sort of to my back, and the kid stood, in front of me. So he was being, in the shade.
And it was normal.
And I took their temperature, and every kid was like 97.9,
there you go.
98.1.
That's funny.
It was just a matter of the heat.
Yeah.
That was,
And
it was
it has
measuring
been
the
really-
temperature
it has been
outside.
That's how
Brutal.
hot it's
Yeah.
been. Brutal.
It's been
man.
like early in the week. Was it last week? It was so.
It's
I
hot.
don't remember it being this hot here.
It's always this
I
hot.
drive a
I think we say
convertible
that every year.
with no AC right now.
Oh man.
So come noon, I'm leaving the key and
Don't do it.
sweating.
Like Robin Williams said, there's Niagara down my ass crack.
It's called Swamp Ass.
Yes, I believe it's called swamp ass.
I believe that's called Swamp Ass, and it's a real.
it's a
problem.
real deal in Florida.
I had a meeting.
Florida.
Yeah, it is. I went to a site visit for a meeting, and we stood at noon for an hour and like 15
Oof.
minutes
Oof.
outside, and I had swamp ass, and I was just like, well, everybody's gonna see my sweat, like on my butt
You gotta
and my
own
inner
it. You
thigh.
just gotta own it.
I owned it. I was like, it's
It's
hot.
like the 305, man. So what was your weekend talk?
Part of
BT?
it. I had a good weekend.
So you're in town right now. You're key
So
rat.
I'm in town.
You live in.
I live in Denver. I live in
Okay.
Denver. Yeah. Been in town just for a few days. Came to visit my parents.
So you flew.
I did.
Wow.
Yeah, I totally flew.
We should have taken your temperature at the door at the studio.
Obviously,
Joking.
I've been extremely careful when I travel. The same thing, and everybody, is wearing a face mask, or you don't touch anything. I disinfect everything when I sit on the plane and whatnot.
Do you see people in like full hazmat suits on the plane?
You don't. You actually see the opposite. You see a
People
lot of people who
not
don't
even-
care at all, and they're completely just no mask or anything like that, for that matter.
I saw that meme
With
of
kids.
the guy with the MAGA
Trump
hat
hat. Oh, God.
wearing
I
the face mask over his eyes,
Yeah.
sleeping.
Saw that.
I see a lot of people in Colorado riding around in a motorcycle on the highway with a mask,
Yeah.
no fucking helmet. And you're just like, there's no way.
Dude, like,
You can be
dude.
that stupid, but that's the thing. There
It's
are
happening.
people that are that stupid.
I know.
That
That's funny.
They see the concern of COVID
More than
more prevalent than not
getting-
wearing a helmet
That's
riding a
absurd.
motorcycle. I mean, it's absurd. Yeah.
Absurd.
Maybe it's because they have a loved one who is, susceptible or vulnerable.
Put
Possible.
your
Yeah, yeah.
helmet on. You're susceptible to falling off the bike.
But yeah, so I went wingsuiting this weekend. Also on a plane
With a helmet.
with a helmet and actually a face mask,
really.
which is terrible because it's like 100 degrees and 100% humidity.
Yeah.
And I'm already in a dress. I'm already in this
The
dress
whole
that
thing.
doesn't breathe at all.
So you're wingsuiting. You're here at local Miami.
Yeah.
Get on a plane. And
Yeah.
for the listeners that don't know what wingsuiting is,
Yeah. I'm
What is
jumping
that?
out of a plane with a dress that makes me fly. It's a wingsuit.
Amazing.
wow.
Yeah.
And then do you land that or do you
No,
parachute
I
at
open
the
a
end?
parachute at the end. Yeah.
How close to the ground are you when you
I'm
open the
pretty
parachute?
high up. I'm like 3,000 feet.
Yeah.
It was a pretty fun weekend, even though with the humidity, like when it's winter time, I can do 10 jumps in a day. No problem. And I feel fine.
Yeah.
3 jumps this Sunday, and I could not keep my eyes open. Like, it
Really?
is brutal, the level of humidity, how you have to deal with that. Coming from Colorado, too, that it's like
Yeah.
blissful weather right now. It's amazing.
And
It's
here
always
you're
amazing. in
breathing
Colorado.
this dense
the
air.
best, humidity in Colorado, so it's...
So wait, you jump with the mask on?
So...
Doesn't it fly right
Right?
off your
Doesn't it
face?
fly off something?
So you're supposed to have the mask on when you get on the aircraft, and then they open the door up to 6,000 feet, because it's so hot. And they close it, and then you're supposed to keep your mask on until 10,000, which is when you're about to get ready to jump out. At that point, you already have your full face helmet,
Oh, okay.
so you're already kind of not,
Yeah.
it is still super hot in that plane, and there is recirculating air the whole time. You know, it's not like a pressurized cabin or anything.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, a lot of people were still doing tandem skydives, and there's still a lot of fun jumpers. You know, everybody's wearing their mask. You know, people are trying to stay active. It's probably really healthy to have that going through your body right now. All those endorphins and adrenaline definitely
That's for
helps.
sure. Hey, if you could go to the salon and get a manicure, why not do a tandem jump?
That's true.
Right?
You know,
Same.
distance, basically. It's same closeness.
That's true.
Salon.
All right. I think that's our weekend.
Yeah.
I think Vite wins the weekend talk.
It was, yeah.
Even though we had
our
we had a
party
good
was
I don't
party.
think
Our
anyone
party
wins
was
the
But
weekend
Vite
talk.
went wingsuiting.
Yeah, but I do that every
You do
weekend.
that every-
so
yeah,
it's
exactly.
not as cool when it's...
How many jumps
That's
do you
true.
have? Because you just kind of you can do
It doesn't
10, you
count
can
them
do 3.
anymore.
How many do you
I
keep
have-
a tab of that,
so
or is it like in
skydives,
the neighborhood of?
I have about 3,000, give or take.
Jeez.
In the neighborhood of, call it,
In the
as you
neighborhood
said.
of.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean,
Amazing.
because how do you keep count after
Well, so
1,000?
I've had an average of 250 to 300 skydives every year for the last 10 years.
That's a good way to do it.
So
That's how I figured the deck
Yeah.
shows that I've seen.
Oh.
You know,
Yeah.
I would be like, I would see, 6 to 9 shows every spring and fall.
That's like when
Like-
they.
like
That's like when
that.
they ask me how many drinks I've had. It's like I do this so often.
That's your comparison?
I do this so often. I don't know. What's
I've
the
been
average?
drinking for so long.
What's
I
the
lost
average?
track.
Like when the doctor says, how many drinks do you have in a weekend? You're like, I don't know.
What?
Man, everybody always lies on those forms anyway.
You're like,
'cause
3.
No one wants to seem like a raging alcoholic, so you put like
Yeah.
once a week or like
Yeah.
twice
And
a
how many
week.
drinks do you have in a night? Like if you go out, 3. Yeah, right.
Some of those questionnaires are friendly. They give you a nice range, like 1 to 6, okay?
What's the next box? 6 to or 7
You don't
to
need to look at the
20?
next box.
6 to 30.
Yeah, exactly.
All right, moving on. What are you listening to? That is the next segment of the show, always. And I want to know what you guys are listening to.
I got it right here. I got it from August 18th, 1969, live from Woodstock. This is Jimi Hendrix. I figured that we would,
Ooh.
bring this in because it being the time of year that it is.
Oh, nice. Talking about that 4th of July. We'll talk about it in a little bit.
Hang on, Jimmy. Hang on.
That's what we need at the parade.
That would be so cool. That and the wingsuit dropping.
You know, we tried.
I know.
We tried.
We
Many
tried
I know.
twice.
We did try. We tried
We
twice.
tried twice,
legit.
like legit.
Maybe
We
next
did.
year, man. Maybe.
Maybe.
Nice, Manny.
Star Spangled Banner.
Star Spangled Banner is in there somewhere.
It's in there somewhere.
I figured I'd go
in
to like
there, it's
the
in there.
thickest brush
It's in
Love
there.
it.
of it. Yeah.
I think you picked a good segment.
Yeah.
Slightly violent. I love it.
My
right.
song's violent too. Should I go?
Yeah.
Let's go.
My song's violent. It's an album that was it's from an album that was released earlier this year in late March. I've never heard of this band. I think they just became a band last year. They're called Moon Destroys, and the song is called Stormbringer. So Moon Destroys. Apparently, it's 2 guys that were in other bands, but whatever. Here it is. It's so good.
From Miami.
There's a video on YouTube. From Miami, right?
Yeah.
Juan Montoya and
They're in Torch.
one of them
Is
was
that-
in Torch, and one of them is in something else.
Oh, gotcha.
Was in something else.
So Miami bands, metal bands.
Okay, so Juan Montoya, who was in Torch, and the drummer Evan DePrima was in Royal Thunder.
And this
Royal
new,
Thunder.
Yeah,
this song is go play it.
yeah,
It's
it's
awesome.
So good. It's awesome.
Oh man, I wish you could like listen to like
So good. I want to put
That
more.
was
a little
great.
later. You gotta like
Hold
hear it
on,
when it
hold
That
comes.
was kind of
Okay.
musy. a
I
little
love
bit.
that they've
Yeah, a
taken
little
it
bit, yeah.
like a little tiny bit, kind of. I don't want to call it psychedelic because it's not psychedelic, but they gotten into like a more.
Well, the was already like. Hold on, let me put later in the song.
Like a dr-
abstract. It's definitely.
Yeah.
Okay, So the album's called Maiden Voyage, and the album art is so good. Please look it up. It's this like blue drawing of like a Viking kind of goddess kind of thing with a skull somewhere. It's really good.
Tell them the name of the band again.
Moon Destroys.
Moon Destroys.
Moon Destroys, and the song is Stormbringer.
All right. My song is also kind of hardcore like that.
Nice.
By Proto Martyr. This was one of my favorite they put out my favorite album of 2017. It was called Relatives in Descent. And now they have a new thing coming up. They've only got a couple singles out right now in 2020. And this one's called Process by the Boys. And it's a little hard, but once you get into it, it's a good vibe. Let's listen to it.
We're in a heavy mood. Nice.
And it kind of plays like that, and then the guy sings on top of it. So just
good.
Pure energy. Check that out, Proto Martyr.
Vite's song.
Cool.
Is it hard?
No, completely opposite of all of your songs. So I've been listening a lot to a band called Laid Back. It's an electronic duo from Copenhagen.
Nice.
That was formed in 1979, and it's two dudes. And my favorite songs from them are Sunshine Reggae and one called Baker Man. They're both pretty good. And the Baker Man is baking bread. That's the great part of that song.
Nice.
So I'll play Baker Man because I've been talking about it.
Play it right where your mouth goes.
I saw these guys.
I dig it. Put it right there on this side. Yeah.
I saw these guys live at Tropico in Acapulco on the beach, and let me tell you, it was incredible. Sunset Set. Luis Huerta, if you're listening, I thank you for introducing me to this band.
Oh man,
I like it.
This gives me the same vibes as that other thing that we've been listening with Griff. That's so good.
Dire Straits?
No.
I'm joking.
It's Parcel.
Yeah.
Have you heard Parcel?
I have.
It's got similar
Very
chill, like almost 70s vibes, you know? Dig it. Awesome, man.
Awesome.
Yeah, I'm
Good
glad you
choice,
guys like
man.
it.
Like that.
I'm glad you guys like it. It's super cool. It's like
I'm
this
gonna
one
put it
old
on
guy
my
with a
list.
synth and another old guy with like a bass guitar, and they're just.
What's the band name again?
It's
How
called Laid Back.
Laid Back.
Really good band.
Very cool,
I'm
man.
going to put it on my list.
Yeah, super cool band.
All right, so check out those songs if you like any of them. And now we'll move on to the talk of the town. What's going on in Key Biscayne? We're going to
Rafa,
start.
we have this is an interactive show, right? People can call in. They just have to dial 305-361.
8557 is the number to call.
Let
If
us
you-
know what you're doing. What are you doing for the 4th?
If you want-
we won't tell anyone. We promise we won't tell anyone.
So we are going to talk about
Or we will.
the 4th of July. Let's talk about it first. So the news on the street is that the 4th of July parade has been canceled.
Boo.
It got canceled last Friday night when the mayor of Dade County
Found out that we had a COVID party? Sorry.
Carlos Jimenez.
Wait, the night of your birthday party, they canceled it?
Yes.
Let's
We found
give
out about our
the listeners
party.
a little context here. Rafa organizes the 4th of July parade, and every iteration that it's been over the last, conceptual iteration that
It's been like 8 years now. Jesus.
Oh, my God.
Almost.
Time to
six or seven.
pass the
Seven
torch.
at least.
So this year was a little different, right?
So we were going to switch it up already. We already had our parade to be COVID safe. Everybody had to stay in their cars. No walking, no marching, no interacting with the people, no thing at the Village Green. We were going to get rid of that. We were just going to go down Harbor and onto the inner streets and then into the condos so people
And
could
so like
see
people
us.
could from their houses and stuff.
Exactly, and so they
Yeah.
could all be
Okay,
kind of
okay.
spread out. We wouldn't concentrate people in one place or anything like that.
Right.
Friday night, Mayor Jimenez, county mayor, he says he puts out a little tweet or something. He's like, "No more beaches on the 4th of July. Beaches are closed, and no parades." Just like that.
Just like that.
Just like he didn't even consider that we had already taken precautions. He didn't care.
Yeah.
Talk about
biggest
raining
parade
on
in
your
the
parade.
thingy. Just said no parades. Boom. So we're all freaking out, like, oh my god, maybe we can save this. The actual order that's been signed by the county hasn't gone out yet. Maybe the words like let us kind of maneuver around it. because that night he's like no more than 50 people congregated. So we're like, we're not congregating anybody technically, you know.
The problem
Like,
isn't in the parade per se. It's in all the front yard. What do you call them now? Herd immunity lounge. The front yard.
So they didn't even know we were going to do this. The reason the mayor sent this out is because he was thinking of traditional parades and the stuff that we would have in front of the village green. Obviously, you can't have that, you know. But we had already mitigated it. But he doesn't. He's too high up to listen to our little.
Did we try to go
to keep
somebody
in mind
go to bat for it?
Yeah.
So the mayor went to bat.
Yeah, they tried to say it, but then the ordinance came out on Monday morning.
Pursuant to Ordinance 2013.
And it didn't lay out any details. It just said no parades. And that doesn't leave any wiggle room, right?
Yeah.
Why
Because,
didn't you call it something else?
Well,
it's not a parade.
it's
It's
a
a caravan.
A protest.
A caravan.
It could,
March.
it could
It's a
be.
march.
You could do, hypothetically speaking, a 4th of July peaceful protest.
You could, but it couldn't be a parade at the same
No,
time.
it's not
It
going to
doesn't
be a
have- who
parade.
said
It's going to
parade?
be. Yeah, Manny's right. This could
Right.
be a protest.
But if the definition is also parade, then it can't be happening.
But it's not a parade.
It's
No.
not. Not if we're protesting something.
It's a march.
If we have a unified form, front, and we're protesting something, then it's definitely not a
We're
parade.
protesting not be able to have a parade.
Right.
Rafa, I think we just solved
I think we might have just solved it. It's
What
like,
are we doing on the 4th of July?
Okay, so
Mike Davies like calling in the show right now. Like, guys, what the fuck are you doing?
So those are like little loopholes and whatever. You could try and say that, right? But it's not going to fly because number one, it could be a protest if you had enough people on your side, you know?
It's a peaceful
do.
protest. Who's not on the peace side?
I'm saying
we're
that
protesting for peace.
would you have enough people on our side of doing this as a parade? You know what I mean? Like having a parade as a protest. I don't even want to get
Let me
into the
ask you
details.
this.
Obviously,
People will not be on our
obviously
side.
this is not going to happen.
It's not gonna
because
happen.
the reason why
Right.
it was canceled is obvious.
Yeah,
Florida
it's
is behaving
understandable.
terribly, and we look like shit to the rest of the world.
So that said,
Yeah, exactly.
what I've told some of the people that signed up, because we were already lacking on people signing up a little bit, and we weren't going to order all the big floats and stuff like that this year because we weren't going to bring
How many
people.
No
registrants
Junkanoo.
did you have?
We had maybe 15, something like
15
that.
And what,
floats?
people were on their golf carts? Or?
Yes, exactly.
That's a decent amount.
So
That is, yeah.
So what I'm kind of telling people is, look, if you were going to decorate your golf cart, just decorate it anyway and get out there. You know, don't do a
Do a
parade, but you could drive. Nothing's one car driving around is not a parade. You know, so get out there, celebrate, decorate your thing, get out there at
Like the
11
Easter
a.m.
Bunny.
like if it was still the parade, and just drive around the streets and give a happy 4th of July to
Rafa,
everybody.
I think you're onto something here, and I think we're breaking something here. We're going to go back to the no beach days this weekend. So what were people doing on no beach days?
Eating.
They were letting the day pass. Maybe if you're on a boat, if you have a boat or whatever, you can do that. But now the pools are open, so that there'll be some splashing going around. But then it gets to the late part of the day, like 6 o'clock, 7 o'clock, the town exploded. Everybody went out. Everybody did the loser lap around the key.
Bikes.
So what I think we should do is the 4th of July loser lap. Just everybody go out, get in your cart or whatever,
Yeah.
drive around,
Yeah.
Not drinking.
make
Not
a
drinking.
loop. Think of the loop that you want to do, that you're going to hit, and do it.
Maybe
like
in
the
the
birthday
shape
party
of
drive-by.
If you are already going to decorate your golf cart, you should still do it, and you should drive around on the 4th and say Happy 4th to anybody you see.
And wave
you
But
the
know?
it
flag.
should be.
And if enough people do that, they don't tailgate each other, then
That's
it's not
right.
a parade.
Then it's not a
But
parade.
it's still festive, you know?
Yeah.
Is a graduation party drive-by a parade?
Yeah. No
Yes.
balloons. No balloons.
At
Can
the
we
time
can
it
we
was.
talk? Can we talk about this for a second? Real
Yeah,
quick?
sure.
What?
What do you guys think about these signs that people are putting in front of their house
I
of
do
their
not
teenagers
understand.
graduating high school?
Don't go over there.
But
We're
we'll
talking
go
about the
there
fun.
later.
Let- I
Don't
got
worry.
more.
you do that.
But I'll
Hold
go
on,
there
hold on.
later.
What?
I want to talk about
Are you
it. I
kidding
don't get
me?
it.
Hold on,
Okay,
hold on,
okay,
hold on,
okay,
hold on.
But we'll go back there.
All right.
'Cause it's funny. It's funny.
So, 4th of July. So that was like the first blow, right? So it's no parade. They already canceled the fireworks like a month ago.
That was the first blow.
Yeah, that was the first blow. Then now, a week ago, we get no parade, right? And then today, we get the Air Force called no flyover.
No, breaking news. Breaking news.
flyover?
No
Oh
flyover.
man! Did you hear
Y'all.
that, everybody?
Yeah.
No beach. No fireworks. No parade.
I thought this
no
was
flyover.
America.
What the?
I don't know why the Air Force canceled the flyover. This has nothing to do, obviously, with COVID. It was just the Air Force decided they're not going to do it, and it's a real bummer for us because that's like the last, at least one thing that ties it all back to parades of yesteryear or whatever, and so no flyover. And so now it's all on us, guys. That's what I'm saying.
I think
it's all on you.
It's the loser lap, 4th of July. It's going to be between 6 and 8 o'clock, we'll say.
Yeah.
Jump in your golf cart or get on your bike or your rollerblades or whatever it is and just do a loser lap around the key. Wear red, white, and blue. Say happy 4th to everyone you see, and it'll be the 4th of July loser lap.
There you go.
There you go. I would highly recommend you guys get some flags if you don't have them.
Put them on your balcony.
The 4th of July Parade Committee still has flags.
What about the T-shirts?
They sold out.
The T-shirts, all adult T-shirts are sold out.
Oh,
we got
congratulations. I didn't get one.
kb4.org/shop if you want a kid's T-shirt. We have them in toddler up to youth large. And you can check that out. But long story short, all our 4th of July festivities are a little bit on hiatus. But if you were going to decorate your golf cart, I say decorate it, go out with your family, and do a little lap with your friends and say hi.
What are people saying on Facebook? Are people reacting to
It's
the
Manny
no parade,
talking to everybody.
I'm going to ask...
I'm here looking at the screen
Well,
and I'm like,
I was seeing a lot of
lots going
comments
on.
too pop up. I was wondering what it was going.
I wonder how
down.
people are reacting to the no flyby.
Well, we can. You want to react to one of these?
Sure.
Somebody asked us to go back to Zoom.
Us?
Yeah.
Like because we're
No, Mark Yelly said, let's do a Zoom. And I was like, Mark, Zoom is so April,
Yeah.
And
Well, we are 6 feet apart, and there is fresh air.
Zoom is unbearable. Hate it. This is
Zoom,
radio, not video. Zoom sucks.
We
All
need
right?
to get back on
got
FM so
Zoom
we actually have an
fatigue.
excuse.
I know. I missed 101.1.
Oh, me too, man.
You know,
All
that
the-
was
all the
that was
stations.
legit right there.
Anyway, so that's your
Missed
4th of
FM.
July. Let us move on
happy
to
4th.
another one.
Yeah.
This one's kind of contentious, but not really because they're not doing anything about it. Masks are now mandatory anywhere you go in public.
So I have a really good one here.
What-
This is a really good story. Okay.
On
I'm
the
not
key,
gonna-
you
I'm
are
not gonna
supposed to
say-
wear your mask
I'm not going to say
everywhere.
the dirty deeds, but I'm going to say enough, right?
Okay.
Okay.
So a business owner that I know here in the Key has this gentleman come in and he's not wearing a mask, And my friend, the business owner, he's like, "Hey, I don't mean to bother you, but you kind of have to wear a mask if you want to come in here."
Yeah.
Because of the rules that they've set forth, and now if you don't wear a mask, I get a misdemeanor, which is a real thing. A business owner will get a misdemeanor
Wow.
if
they
there's
allow
some
people
right.
in. Yeah.
So this guy's like, "Well, I have a disability, and you actually can't tell me to wear a mask in your store." And so my friend's like, because he knows about the whole Disability Act and stuff, he calls the mayor of the Key. And the mayor says, "Oh, no, don't worry. That guy, he's like this crazy guy going around trying to, get people to fall into his trap. Like, don't let him into your business."
Wow.
Okay.
Right? A day later, you have to let him into your business no matter what.
No way.
Same phone call.
No.
And he doesn't have to wear a mask.
No.
Yeah. So, this is legit.
Who's the guy?
I'm not
He
going to
can't
say.
tell us.
Do you know who it is?
Of course, personally. Good friend.
No.
But so I can't say, but
Later.
so basically, right, what's going on is you can claim a disability no matter what. I'm pretty sure even if you're getting on a flight, you can claim that, and they cannot,
Make
by
you wear a
law,
mask, yeah.
ask you what is wrong or make you wear a mask.
Oh, they can't ask you what it is?
Not even ask you what's wrong.
Interesting.
And the business owner still gets a fine. That's
no,
the worst part.
That's so
That
crappy.
is the worst part. That the business owner
Still
would
gets a
still
fine.
get a fine in this situation.
That's crap.
That's what's messed up.
That's messed up.
You know,
Listen,
I think it's
everyone
going
out there,
too far now.
like, I also don't want to wear a mask, but guess what? I just wear it when I haven't worn it in public, but when I go to Winn-Dixie or the restaurant and you need to get up to pee, just fucking wear it.
Yeah,
Who cares?
or else it's no soup for you, man.
Fighting it is just
exactly.
you know what? Fighting it is just as dumb as wearing it. Wearing it sucks, I know, but fighting it is even dumber. It's
it is.
Man,
it is.
just fucking
So
wear it. Everybody, we all have to.
Exploiting that to go into the store sounds like the biggest dick move.
Yeah, just
Huge
put it
dick
on.
move.
Okay, but let's talk about outside.
Wait, no, I have a thing about this because you told me the other day that includes the beach.
Yes,
that's just dumb.
The police
I'm sorry.
posted that you
That's
have
absurd.
to wear it
Yeah,
on the
that's
beach.
absurd.
So this morning,
Yeah.
I'm walking on the beach, and one of the security people that are on the beach monitoring ambassadors. She tells me
Is it
like,
the people with the green shirts?
oh yeah. She tell me, hey honey, you got to wear a mask if you're walking on the beach. And you know what I told her?
I do exercise.
And I said, oh, I'm doing exercise. She's like, oh, don't worry about it. And I just
awesome. I love them.
She's
All
like,
of them
oh,
have
the
been very
police are
nice.
ticketing people. I'm like, oh, no, but I'm exercising. And I just started doing push-ups right
Yeah.
on the spot.
Hilarious.
Pick up the
Okay,
pace, buddy.
okay.
Pick up the pace.
But guys, can you imagine people sitting there tanning on the beach with a motherfucking mask? Guys, then close the beach. A beach with a mask is not a beach. I'm
What
sorry.
I don't get is like
that's not.
the people you're walking on the beach.
Yeah.
You know, you're wearing no mask. Let's say you're running.
Yeah.
And there's someone walking towards you, and they're 100 feet away, and they see you coming, and when they get to like about 20 feet, they'll put on their mask for like 10 seconds just to walk by you, and then they'll take it off as if that did anything.
Okay,
Maybe it
so
does.
wait up before you get too crazy on all the ways that you are dodging the mask rule. So one of the things that I thought when it came out was that when we were on lockdown, everybody was walking around on the
With no
streets,
mask.
exercising. The sidewalks were packed. The big bridge was slammed. Whatever. And then, but the numbers were going down while all this was happening. And so now they tell us that we have to wear it on the sidewalk and stuff like that. And it seems a little bit like I'm not.
It's a
against,
false
I know that the
security.
rule is almost there because they just are like, if we tell them to wear it on the sidewalk, they're more likely to wear it everywhere else where we actually need them to wear it. But I think in 3 weeks, wearing it on the sidewalk, we're not going to see any change in numbers.
Do you think it's like a false security measure? So like,
No,
because they
I
don't want to
think-
close businesses again, so they're like,
Exactly.
okay, wear a mask.
Yes, it's a little bit. They don't want to close businesses.
You can't.
People
Yeah.
are.
No way.
I think people are getting it in private. Not in public.
Like
they're
at the
getting it when they're hanging out
herd
with
immunity parties.
exactly at herd immunity parties. At they say that young kids are getting it a lot now because they're all out of
kids are
school and they're all
chilling.
Kids,
The kids
they're
are
hanging
partying.
out.
they're
They're
hanging out,
chilling.
and they're not getting it so much on the street. They're getting it, because the people are just hanging out more. Because we were all on the street when this first started.
Yeah.
I remember,
But we weren't hanging out.
No, but we weren't hanging out.
We were all
Exactly.
like at home, like cooking, doing puzzles, da-di-da, going for a walk.
And then you'd go for a walk,
But we
and the
did not
streets were
hang out.
packed.
Yeah.
No masks.
Yeah, but kids weren't socializing back then.
exactly.
no.
Now kids are going to other kids' houses.
It's summer
Exactly.
But it's
vacation.
not
That
even
was
kids.
happening.
The other day I was on Cape Florida, and I'm not going to say what house, but they were having a fucking rager. And
Oh,
these
no,
were
people having
adults.
ragers.
These were
Oh,
adults.
they're adults.
These were adults. Complete adults, in their 50s, let's say.
Oh, they are the biggest ragers.
Raging. And it's just like, okay, fine. Maybe from where you're from, it's not a big deal or whatever, but like still, like.
Man, I'm really curious about who this guy is who's a commando who tells
So
them
I don't-
in the store.
So
That's
I don't
real
know who
dick.
that guy
Wait,
is.
that's a guy in the key?
Yeah. I don't know who that guy is. I know the business owner.
Oh.
Yeah, I'm not-
No,
wanna
we want to
that-
know who the guy is.
Yeah,
I
wanna
can
know who the
find out
guy
if you
is.
want.
Yeah,
Yes,
we do.
please. We want to know who the guy is.
I can easily find out.
That guy is full of shit. So I guess we'll see in like 3 weeks if this
Listen.
rule actually makes a difference or if they really have to close everything down again.
I just,
To-
like fine, like if you're not doing exercise, but the beach, that's just the dumb, then close the motherfucking beach. I'm sorry.
That's what they're doing.
Yeah, I mean,
Sucks. Because really a mask at the beach, it is 90 plus degrees out. You're on a beach, really a mask. Come on now.
okay.
That's just silly. Anyway.
Next topic.
And I'm telling people to wear it because they should, but not at the beach.
Mike Davey was made mayor again by default.
Not without some controversy.
Not
though.
without just the tiniest bit of
By
controversy.
default? What does that mean? No contenders?
No contenders.
Allegedly no contenders.
Yeah,
Allegedly?
So this is what happened. He was the only one who filed to be in it.
Yeah.
And then out of nowhere,
Yeah.
this woman who's a total like social media kook comes out and says, "I wanted to run, and you guys did not tell me that it could be that it was a thing, and you guys."
No, yeah, but I think I
And
read.
then they said that they didn't update the website in time and all this stuff. And then she alleged that Mike had preferential treatment because he picked up the forms before anybody was allowed to pick up forms.
Manny
all
has
this
some
stuff.
info here.
Yeah, no, so just piggybacking on that, I had two learnings from what I've read about this. One, Mike picked up the forms within the time that he was allowed to pick up the forms. And two, that this person had... Rafa, looks like Rafa found the
I don't know.
the perp.
No, we didn't, actually.
The second...
Is this the guy, though? I don't know him. Do you know him?
No.
What are we looking at there?
We're
What are we
looking at the picture of the guy, of the
We're
no
looking at a picture
mask
of the
guy.
guy.
Of the no mask guy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, so...
He's wearing a pair of khakis and a tucked-in polo.
He has
So
he has the my dad is a lawyer starter pack.
Khaki shorts. I'm sorry, khaki shorts.
Let me see if I know him.
And he's kind of bald, and he's older. He's older and a little pudgy.
No, it looks like 60.
If you do know him, it shall not be named.
He's
Wow.
like my dad with those shoes. With
I
no
do
socks.
know this guy.
Really?
You will not believe who it is.
Well, we will never find out.
Well, oh my goodness. Okay. You're not going to believe who this is. Okay, we're not going to say it now.
We're not
We'll
gonna
talk about
say
it.
it.
We'll talk about it later.
Yeah, what
What was
about
I talking about before you...
You were
Number
talking about the
one,
mayor
Mike
and the...
picked up the forms in
Right,
time.
so Mike
Number
picked up
two-
the form on time, and two, the person who was complaining about the whole thing had actually called like 20 minutes past the time that they were supposed to have turned it in by, the deadline, and asked for an extension. They're like, well, sorry. There's no,
Who is the person?
And then the person was
We don't
mad
need to
that
say
they
their name here,
that
do
they
we?
weren't a registered voter.
But she
in the,
said it on social media or no?
yeah.
Or
Oh my
was
God,
it-
she is on.
Yeah,
she's
yeah,
on
she's
Next Door
So who is it?
constantly, and she's in the paper. Her name's like Inga something or other,
No, I thought it was
And-
someone else.
and she's on Next Door. If you go on Next Door for Key Biscayne, all the posts are from her. And there's definitely a correlation between how much you post on social media and how kooky you are.
we actually have a caller right now. This is the guy.
No,
This is the guy who won't wear the mask.
no.
Thank you very much. You're on the air.
Yeah, I'm not wearing no damn mask. You can't make me, and I don't appreciate being called pudgy either. By the way,
I think it was a bad angle on the picture, so
a bad
you did
angle,
look
bad
a little large.
or over 60. This is really pissing me off. All right, but I ain't wearing no damn mask. It's all a con.
So, what about people who might be susceptible or kind of have someone at home that's susceptible? Don't you understand that maybe you're protecting them as well?
Well, it's a hoax, is the thing. So I don't not need it, and it's my freedom. So,
Wait a second, who is this? Is this
Beep, beep,
is this who I
beep.
think it is?
yeah, it's the Donald.
Donald. It's the Donald.
Can I move the convention to the tennis center? You guys aren't using that thing anymore, and Jacksonville's not looking so great these days.
Well, Donald, you got a place in Palm Beach, so maybe you should hold it there.
Oh, I don't want to fuck that place up.
Well, Donald, thank you so much for calling back.
Thanks for calling,
I know that you're a
Donald.
listener of the show, and it's been a while since you've called in. I know you've been busy. How'd you hit him today?
How did what?
How'd you hit him today? How was the golf game today?
Oh, yeah. As usual, I'm the golf course champion. I beat everybody. Best score, like
course.
5 under par.
Of course.
Of course you are. Of course you are. Well, thank you very much, and
Good luck out there, Donald.
Good luck out there.
All right, thank you.
Oh, man.
End of the show. Donald.
It's been a while since he's called in.
Yeah.
Anyway, long story short, the mayor got reelected. And
By
there
default.
was some contention. I said, yeah, if you post too much on social media, replies and little things, you should, if you have political debates on social media every day, you should probably rethink what you're doing.
Probably.
Yeah, because they never
You
go
should
anywhere,
probably
and it just
get
gets
a life.
it's just people getting riled up. Okay, let's get into some serious issues. The Peanut Gallery has asked me to speak about some serious stuff that I think is going to go over our heads, mine included. But I will tell you what happened. Yeah, yesterday there was a special council meeting. That means it was not on the agenda, but they put it in for some special things they needed to do, and they approved a referendum for this November, or I don't know if it happens in the primary or during the general
August?
election. I'm going to
In
guess it's during
August.
general election, November. But somebody correct me if I'm wrong here.
It might
A
be
referendum on the key to approve $100 million bond. So that means we borrow money as a village
For
to have money to start paying for all the resiliency stuff.
Capital improvement.
Improvements on the it's stuff like pumps, flood
Burying.
stuff, and no, not burying.
Okay.
No, it's all kind of for resiliency. If I'm not correct,
So-
somebody correct me in the comments. And so it passed 5-2. 2 people on the council did not want it to happen. They didn't want the referendum to happen because they don't agree with the bond. Because I think most of them thought we're borrowing the money and we still don't have outlined what we're going to pay for exactly. But the others say it's a really good time to borrow, so we should put it up for referendum if we have to put it up anyway, and let the voters decide if we want to take on this thing. If we take it on, we'll have to, owe this money, this $100 million, which is a lot of money, and we will pay for it, I suppose, either at the worst, through tax increases, at the best, through managing those debt payments into our budget. And so I'm just putting it out there. I don't think do you guys have strong opinions on this yet? It's a little early, I feel like.
So just to be, I'm still trying to figure out what
Parse
the
it,
vote
right?
was
What
last
it
night.
is.
So
the vote last night was to say,
do we make a referendum for this or
and then-
not?
And so we'll put it to the people
Exactly.
to vote on.
we vote on
And
it.
they agree to do that. So in November we'll be voting on that.
Exactly.
Okay.
Gotcha.
And so, the people who voted against were like, we think this is such a bad idea right now.
Who was that?
I can't say. I want to say it was Loreto and Segurola, but I can't say for sure.
Okay.
So
there
Is this
will be a
something
lot
that
of
has been discussed before that as even becoming a referendum?
yes, we knew that we needed this money to do that, and we knew we
Were
needed
they
to
just
borrow.
reaching some sort of deadline that they had to put it on the ballot or something?
They really want to pay for this resiliency stuff,
Okay.
and at the same time, rates
How
are
much do we pay?
good. So
So do we already owe money for the resilience stuff? Or
no, we haven't even started.
So this is just a pre-project approval, essentially.
Exactly.
Yes.
So what kind of things are on the list, on the wish list, to equal $100 million?
I mean, I was going to say $100 million improvements to the key better be freaking incredible.
$100 million doesn't
So-
get you a lot these days.
It should.
I know-
mean, it depends where you are, right? Not
Hey.
Key Biscayne.
Those kind of flood pumps and stuff like that are definitely on the list.
How much are
Seawall?
we looking at?
I don't know. I don't know the rest.
So
I'm
those probably
grossly
tie in with
uninformed.
the,
Sargassum?
we're doing a new a pocket park over on Harbor Drive.
So-
Did you hear about that?
Yeah, I
Victor?
did. Yeah,
Two
in
blocks
front
together.
of
and
the
they're-
Elias house. Yeah.
Yeah, and they're going to put a pump station there, I think, as well.
Okay.
Work that in to get that side.
But I heard that what
A
you guys
Swedish
saying that
pump
they were
station.
going to. These guys say they were going to cut out the funding for the Sargassum.
200,000.
Okay, that's another
That's-
thing that
yeah.
I was going to get to in a second.
It was cut
or
already,
were you
then.
being sarcastic?
Oh, snap.
I was hoping.
Okay, so we'll talk
That was really
about the $100 million bond once I understand what the
Next
hell's
time.
going on. But I will get into the next thing, which is that we had a thing in the Florida budget for
Line item.
a couple $100,000 for sargassum
Removal.
cleanup
yeah.
In Key Biscayne.
in Key Biscayne.
But we hadn't ever had that before, as I understand it.
So here's the thing. the key went for it. Basically, it worked like this. We already pay for our own Sargassum cleanup. But we said, if you guys have the money for us, please give it to us because look at this situation that we have.
Yeah.
It's pretty bad.
The governor said, we don't have the money for you.
Yeah.
Take care of it yourselves.
And he was not being sarcastic.
No, he was not. So in the end, we didn't really lose any. We went for it. We went for
We got denied.
some free money, and we got denied.
We got vetoed.
Exactly. We got vetoed at the thing. So
Did anyone
By
get the
DeSantis.
sargastic removal or not? Like did Surfside or any of these other towns?
I
get
saw it this morning.
I don't think they even
It's still
asked.
running.
yeah.
It's still running.
Yeah. So no, it has nothing to do with us cleaning up the
We're
thing.
doing it anyway. It's just
So-
if we were going to get it paid for or not.
Our friend said that yesterday.
gotcha,
he was
gotcha.
he was
He was
misinformed.
misinformed.
Yes.
So we're still cleaning it up.
Yes.
We just lost some funding for it.
We lost some
Additional funding.
Potential
yeah,
funding.
exactly.
So what we have to look at there are two ways to
Well, maybe this is part of the $100 million.
maybe.
I wonder.
So the $100 million is going to be a huge conversation. Hopefully, we can do something. Like we don't just not doing anything.
You know
which
what
is-
they should do with $100 million? And I'm just going to say this because we're on the radio.
Yes.
The Bearcut Channel Bridge generates enough current to power the entire island of Key Biscayne if you had hydro turbines.
Really?
That's a fact.
Really?
That's a fact. If Key Biscayne wanted to be self-sustainable from underwater turbine currents, if you put turbines all up and down Bearcut and that area, you could generate enough power, most likely, to power all of Key Biscayne.
Wow.
Right, but we don't have that problem because we have a nuclear power plant
Right, that's
30
what I'm-
miles
But
away.
if you want to be better,
I was just saying, as a fact,
what we need is
$100 million buys a lot.
something for the flooding. That's what we need.
what we need is access for kayaks and paddle boards on the other side of the key, not just the beach. Thank you.
All right.
Yeah, that park by the church, by the yacht club, should totally have a paddle
Of
station.
course.
Oh,
Those
you want to
paddleboard
get into
stations?
that.
Well, I just,
Look at
I
Rafa.
I just
Look
want
at
to talk
Rafa.
about it real quick because I paddleboarded by there a few mornings ago. It was beautiful, and I thought, why isn't this a public park?
I
It's
don't understand
waterfront,
either.
and it could have a paddle station,
'Cause it's
and it has
theirs.
a boat ramp.
So nobody cares, but the fact that only the richest of the rich on the key get access to the bay is a goddamn travesty.
It's
and the
sad.
village
It is.
should do something to open a door to the bay, even if it's just one door, and you can just throw your kayak in and go.
Yeah.
You know?
Of course,
Just
as
get us a door. We
citizens
don't
of
need
the island, we
that
should have
spot
access
behind the
to that.
presbyt would be amazing.
I mean, but that the spot behind that church is perfect.
Is that
it
not
is
some-
actually perfect.
Is that not some? I know it's been up for discussion before. Is that not something that, like, if everybody rallied together and like got excited about it, we could try to make it happen?
Maybe, but
Maybe that could be our protest for 4th of July.
but
There
nobody,
you go.
but there's not enough momentum, and I'll tell you why. All the people that would rally have access to the bay somehow.
I
So they
don't. I would
so they
rally
don't-
and have no access to the bay.
But you're not. You're also not like politically inclined, so you don't.
Am
really-
I not?
You don't really.
Am I not?
You
I
don't
went to
really
the
rally.
Key Biscayne protest 3 weeks ago.
You don't really rally when
I
it.
mean, who wants to rally with
Manny,
me?
who would be the best
Why don't you
rallier
do
on
it?
this issue, has access to the bay. So
But
it's
not
not
like
as pressing
I mean,
for him,
well,
and a lot of
Manny-
people who are on that stuff, it's just not as pressing. I was thinking the other day, the village has failed so many times to talk to the Presbyterian Church and get that thing. They tried, and the church was like, it doesn't work.
they
I
already don't pay taxes, and that's a fact.
I wonder if a private individual went over there and said, "Hey, I will pay you. Let's make a little deal here. We'll charge a membership that's affordable for key residents who aren't on the bay, and
Like
we will
$10 a month.
we will designate a little 6-foot lane in the corner that lets people go in and drop their thing and then come back out."
that you're being too nice to the church. We should appropriate that. They haven't paid. They haven't
You're
paid
right.
taxes.
Right.
Maybe once since they've been in the key,
right.
and they don't deserve to have that free land right there. I'm sorry, they don't. It's nice that there is school and everything, but if they're not paying their fair share, why do they have a awesome piece of land
I know.
on the water that should be public access for all residents of Key Biscayne?
So you're saying
I agree.
eminent domain on the church?
I'm saying Key Biscayne should appropriate that piece of land and just say you owe us a lot of taxes.
I
money.
must say that they are generous with their access there, And
Yeah.
like we've done cleanups where we've called them and like, hey, we want to do a cleanup in the mangroves. We're not going to go, obviously, through the yacht club or someone's house or whatever. Can we do it back through here? And they've been cool.
Can I
No,
go
and
with
I'm
my
not
paddleboard?
saying that they're not cool, but it's like having to call your mom for permission every time.
Well, or having to jump a fence, like the other thing.
Or,
you have
or having to jump a
fence.
fence. Yeah, you don't want to have to be dealing with
No.
that, as a resident
As
of
a
your
resident of Key
community.
Biscayne, you want to
Yeah.
have access to the bay. That's not.
I agree. Yeah.
The other
Today, I
one-
had a very hard time paddleboarding on the ocean side, guys.
The other one is, I've said it a bunch of times, Hacienda Canal. We have a little thing there.
Come on. I knew Rafa was going to mention Hacienda Canal.
I don't get it. Just put a door there and let me jump in the water.
Rafa, that connects like a part of the club.
yeah, and the village ceded it to them.
Exactly.
Well,
so that
but-
They
shit
should have
was
had
sales,
They should
man.
just be like, hey, sorry, your lease is up on this little cut here.
All right.
Why not? I mean, it's public. It really is.
It's a perfect spot.
It's really keeping it for the rich people. Like that's the richest of the rich.
That would not be the perfect spot, by the way, because
not?
people would pull up. There's nowhere to park.
The street
you're-
The
parking.
church is amazing. You have all
the
the
church
parking
is the
you
perfect
need.
spot.
Okay, the church is the perfect
or
spot.
when they had a chance to buy a lot over there, that would have been a perfect spot.
Well, we can ask our listeners. Listeners, do you think Key Biscayne should appropriate the land by the Presbyterian Church, or
Do you want to protest
End the
for it
lease
on
on-
July 4th?
I would. It's not even a lease.
What is it? It's
just
a land
It's just
lease.
like we don't. It's not a lease. They're not paying any
it's
money.
just an agreement?
It's just a kind of you guys can use it because we're not using
But
it.
where is it? Where do you say it is?
It's between the yacht club.
Oh, that canal.
and that little canal
Yeah.
right there. So that little property between
Yeah, but
it
the
is-
yacht club owns that other property for the storage of all their other boats and
right.
stuff.
But the in between where they have a little park and a little thing with some benches is village property.
Oh, it is.
And they could just put a little door and some little steps, and that's it. That's all you.
Rafa, they put a nice couple benches for you to sit there on the other side of the fence
With a gate like in your face.
your face.
You know?
Exactly.
It's just
Not allowed.
It's just.
I think that's going to be way harder because of the yacht club, because of all of the
What do you
influence
think of
that
church?
has.
Yeah, I know.
I think the church is easier to bend. I don't know. I have high hopes
You have faith.
that we can appropriate that piece of land.
Let's
But
work
the other
on
one
it.
is already owned by the village, so they don't have to appropriate anything.
But
They just have
are
to
right
put a
about
door.
The car. They are right
Yeah.
about the cars, though, and taking over your paddleboard or your kayak or whatever. Like, you guys are right about that.
Hey, just put a door, and that can figure itself out.
We'll drop
put
it
the
off,
door, though.
go back, go.
Yeah.
Okay.
And the church will be really happy that you didn't. They'll let you park there because you didn't take over their land. You put a door in the other
park
place.
there anyways. We park there anyways every time we go to the yacht club.
You're not going to be parking there anymore. Not after the people hear you. There's somebody here who's like on the board of
They
the
don't-
church listening.
What
They
did they
don't,
say?
they don't know who I am.
Yeah.
I don't think they said anything.
They don't know who I am.
Maybe the guy agrees.
By
He
the
can
way,
help
that
us
was
out.
none of the regulars.
But I'm with Vita on this one. Let's do it. Let's
We're
take
all
it over.
We're all getting screwed, except the people who have connections. Yeah.
Yeah.
But the other people
That's
Or
the
don't
have
way
care.
that
waterfront
works.
access
Here's
to
the
the
thing:
bay.
the people who there's not enough people who care. So that's the reason we don't
Well,
have it.
it starts with one, and I care.
the people who have access. The people who have access don't care, and the people who don't have access because they don't have the money to have access, they don't even think to themselves that it could be a possibility.
That's
that
right.
they could have
Listen,
access.
listen,
right.
Rafa.
Like all the
We
people.
all hang on. a
keep
second.
calling me.
Let's. We all live on an island. We all have access to water somehow. We figured it out. You had your 38th birthday on the water the other day.
Yeah, do you know how hard it was to get the people in there? It was
No,
impossible.
but it happened.
If
It
there was a
happened.
public
we went
access-
for a nice paddle today.
On
Walk
the
on the
ocean
beach.
side.
I think this is the
Yeah.
knowledge of 30 years plus of living in the Key and knowing all of the secrets to
During
it.
Yeah.
during the
Yeah.
Corona, there were times where I was literally like a rat, running, like moving through mangroves, finding spots to be able to launch from.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then slowly other people you see other people doing it. People were doing it, and you find your way to the water, man, if you need to.
Yeah.
So the Hacienda Canal, that's not going to happen ever.
Why not?
Ever.
Listen,
I agree with Manny on this.
What's the
It's
next
never
topic?
gonna
What's
happen.
the next topic?
Wait, why not? Because you think there's too much opposition from the yacht club.
100%.
Because
they
there's a
own
fence
that.
there.
That will never happen. That's a 100-year lease. They will
They don't
never
own that
It
property,
does not
man.
matter. They have a 100-year lease guaranteed. I don't even know the details.
They don't own the. They don't own. Don't you get what I'm telling
I
you?
get what
There
you're
is
saying.
this property
No, I
and
get
this
it.
property,
I get
and they
it.
don't
But the
own
in-between.
the in between.
The little in-between.
Yeah.
But
I get it.
he's saying they have enough power
They
to
have
shut that
enough
shit
power
down.
that it's not going to
There you
happen.
go.
Well, obviously, everybody has enough power, but somebody's got to stick truth to power,
But
bro.
if you wanted to really get waterfront access, and this is a serious question, where would you put your efforts? Presbyterian Church lot or that little
there's another
stupid
player
thing in between the yacht club?
There's
Where's the other
another
player?
comment
Where?
here. Someone just commented. Theo commented.
Pines Canal.
Pines Canal by the towers.
That's true.
So by the way, when the park closes off, when the park is closed,
Yeah.
I found this out during Corona. Is like you're riding around, the park was closed. That area by the towers became a dead end. Like the end of Crandon Boulevard became a dead end. It turned into it was like a park. People skating, there's shade. What if there were access there?
Yeah.
Where can you have access at Pines Canal? Where
It's
would
like
it be?
right where the canal ends. There's like a little bay. It's in front of a few houses, and it's next to the road.
Yeah.
And there's space
right in front of the towers
to open
on the
up
road.
to the public.
Yeah.
Well,
There's mangroves there. though.
I was gonna say my issue there is that Durham will never let you
Yeah.
ever touch those mangroves.
Yeah.
Whereas the Presbyterian Church, there's nothing. Like I am all for the Presbyterian Church.
I kind of like Pines Canal because then you could go in the canals and go see the houses. That's what I want to do on the board.
You could launch from No Name though.
Man, the village could they don't even have to negotiate.
launch
They could
it?
just that little Hacienda Canal. They could just literally tomorrow write a rule that we're putting a gate there.
Just do it.
They have the authority today. Like
Yeah.
the manager could do
Yeah.
it. You know,
Yeah.
you don't
Where
even
is
need
she?
to ask anybody for permission. They just have to say, "We want a gate there."
There
okay,
has to be-
there's a gate. Boom, done.
There has to be some sort of rule about public
All
access.
right, next.
Are we ever going to talk about the signs in front of those houses?
Oh, okay. So you want to talk about?
I just want to say how ridiculous it is.
The graduation.
Yeah, I mean, like, look, everybody's proud that your teenager graduated, but you're putting up a sign like they died. I'm sorry. Like, it's kind of weird.
It doesn't make
to
much
all parents
sense.
out there that did this, please stop. Listen to me.
No.
There are a few houses that have like billboard size, like
Oh, yeah,
like
billboards.
they paid.
Oh, yeah,
they have
fully.
access to the canal.
It's a very.
Like they paid like a good amount of money to have a photo of their kid with "Congrats, grad
On a
2020."
banner. Yeah.
It's a very like United States thing. I remember when I was a kid, my parents were like, Jesus, like every little thing they want to celebrate and like end of the middle school graduation, everybody have a graduation party. Like what? You didn't even do anything.
Nothing.
You know, you barely made it through this damn year. We're gonna celebrate this. Get out of here.
The billboards are weird. The posters
They're
are weird
because it's
They're
like
weird.
before Corona, no one did that.
No.
Ever. But now that people can't go to graduations, all
So
of
what?
a sudden
Everybody else has to
you have
see-
to tell the world your kid graduated. What did you do that?
One
did
doesn't
you do
lead
that
to the other.
before? Did
Yeah,
your kid
one doesn't
stand
lead to
in
the
front of
other.
your house in his like costume or whatever, his robe, and wave to
and gown,
people
cap
as they
and
drove
gown.
by? I don't know. I think it's weird.
Also, I would be so embarrassed if I were 18
Right?
or whatever,
Imagine.
with like my freaking school picture
So
blown up on the
embarrassing.
lawn. I would be embarrassed.
I'm gonna go around and drop messages on all those.
Oh my god, that'd be amazing.
No, I'm not. I'm kidding. By the way,
I think the kids would like it. I think
You
it's
think
like
so? I would be embarrassed. I'd be like, please remove that.
Yeah.
I would agree with Anna on this. Yeah.
Benny.
I mean, the kids are probably like, all right, fine.
Yeah.
Does that make you happy?
It's
Good.
almost for the. It's kind of like
It's for the parents.
it's kind of like a first birthday party for
sure.
a 1-year-old. You know, it's for the parents.
It's for the parents.
It's for the
I agree.
parents.
100%.
I saw a first birthday party drive by in front of your building in like April
Yes.
or March or whatever.
There's another
really
sign company out here on the Key. Have you seen that one that like makes the big cardboard cutout signs like for Father's Day or a birthday or a graduation? Have you seen those?
No.
Yeah, they're pretty cool. They're like it's like 2D, right? So the signs are layered,
Yeah.
and they put them in the yards.
Yeah.
They're huge. I think it's
I
someone
have
from the
not
Key who
seen
does
it.
that. Who
I
has
haven't
that as a
seen it.
business? Yeah, better than balloons is what I say.
Yeah. That's true.
All right. Well, that's
All
all,
right,
the
man. Are we a
topics
wrap?
we have. You have any?
We have openings and closings.
Oh, do we?
We do.
Oh,
Rafa and I went to Toccopolis
ooh.
on Saturday, very hungover.
Explain to the people what Toccopolis is.
Toccopolis is where Doggies was. And Doggies closed before
Tell them
COVID.
where that is because most people.
I was
That
going to
is
say,
at
I don't
the
know what that
square.
is. The square.
Near Costa Med. Maybe sharing. Where China Garden was. No? Was that where
Oh,
China
where
Yeah.
China Garden was.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was Doggies for a while, and then for some reason they moved it, which was very, very sad because I enjoyed Doggies. But we went, and I don't know if it was because I was hungover,
It wasn't good.
and like I didn't have much flavor because I was like almost barfing because I was dying of a hangover. It was like 2 p.m. but it just like didn't have much flavor.
So, like you either do a Tex-Mex taco or you do
Like Mexican.
a more authentic type of taco, or
Is
you could
what-
do a kind of whatever. I'll make
I
a
tried.
taco however I want, like type of thing.
Listen-
Was this like an awkward in between?
Yes.
It was.
Yeah.
The tortilla was good.
Yeah.
The quesadilla was weird. It was 3 tacos with cheese and veggies, and it closed up instead of like a thing. And then I had the fish tacos. It just like didn't have much flavor.
You know, my problem as a Mexican in the United States is that I cannot be a judge because it's
Yeah.
all shit.
Yeah, it's all shit.
It's
Yes,
all
yes.
shit. Even if it's a good place, it's not going to be nowhere near as good
No.
as what I eat in Mexico when I go every 3 weeks or whatever it is that I do. You know.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Well-
I mean,
Well, there's some that try to be like Mexico, some that try to be like a Tex-Mex, and some that don't try at all. And then
And there is where
You should
Techopolis
come to
lays.
the next time you're in town. We go to the farmer's market on Saturday, and we get Lily's tacos there. Lily's guac and
Okay,
her tacos.
okay.
Really good, man.
it sounds good.
Really
Farmers
good,
market
yeah.
tacos sound
Yeah.
really
Yeah,
good.
we do our paddles in the morning, then we go over there
Ooh.
at like 11 in the morning. Just coming out of the water.
Nice.
It's the best.
And what about that cat bar that they opened, but that they
I
didn't open?
think it was off the
It was
key,
a
no?
joke. No, I don't want to confuse people. Okay.
Well,
Manny
what
just
about
looked at us with a
the
stern
titty
look.
clip?
The tiki clit, yes.
The cleat?
The cleat. Well, I'm sorry. Yeah,
Did you go?
I did go. It's pretty cool. For people who don't know, it's the new bar that opened up on No Name, on the entrance of No Name.
At Bill Bags.
At Bill Bags, yeah. Great sunset spot. Super good sunset spot.
Still haven't been.
You know, interesting name. Titty Clit.
No. It's and I had the
I
same
know what
conversation.
TT stands for in both. It's the tender, it's
Right.
Oh,
and
it
the
is
cleat, but do
TT?
you know what it's the TT to?
well, the tender, it means tender.
Yeah, but
Yeah.
the cleat is the TT to what?
Well, I guess to the Butters Grill.
Boom.
That makes sense.
Well, now it's connecting the dots for you, right?
Wait, what's the TT?
I'm not disagreeing with the connecting the dots. I just
well,
think the
I
name
didn't
is kind
realize
of
that
funny.
until they told me.
I thought
You
it was
so
just
I thought
the
it was
cleat.
interesting.
It's TT cleat?
Yeah.
It's G's. They're asking for
That's why
it.
I thought it's so funny.
That is really funny. That's really
It is
funny.
really funny. I think they dropped the TT.
They probably did
though.
that on purpose. I think they did drop
Yeah,
the
they
TT
did.
because now you can't see it anywhere when
No,
you
you
go
don't
there.
see it. You
cleat.
can follow them on Instagram.
Yeah,
I think it's just the cleat.
It's just the
now.
cleat now.
It's just the clip.
I think it's better. It's just the cleat.
But at first I didn't like the name either. I remember we talked about it here. But I think the cleat, okay.
it's
I
okay.
like that now.
It's
Yeah.
okay. It's
Yeah,
not
I like
bad.
that. And the views are great.
Well, now it's
Yeah,
closed.
But bring the bug spray.
Oh,
Wait,
yeah.
guys, an important message here for openings and closings. I don't think we've talked about this on the show. The Oasis announced its closing
Oh, that's
for
right.
Real last week.
That was like talk of the town. What happened to that?
It closed.
I had it on the list and I just
I gotta
went
tell you
right
something.
past it. I don't
I
know why.
haven't missed the Oasis till it burned down.
Yeah, same.
I mean, it
It closed a long
After
time
it
ago.
burned down.
It,
closed a long
it
time
died
in
in
my
my heart and for real when
Same.
it burned down. That's
Same.
that's for real. That's what
Same.
real happened. You know.
Me too.
That's
So
shame.
we're coming full circle because I remember when we were still at Jeannie's place, we had the
Carlos.
new owner
Yeah.
of the Oasis come, and that was so long. I mean, people may forget he ran the old new Oasis
And did a great job at it.
for a while. They did a huge change there. Remember, they dressed people up.
They started selling tacos.
Yeah, that's my friends, Carlos Flores,
Lechon.
the
Yeah.
Flores
Yeah.
family from Mexico. They
Yeah.
were great.
The
They,
food was
they did
great.
a great job.
He did
yeah.
a great job
Yeah,
running the
they
old
did.
Oasis.
but
Yeah.
had to reinvent the wheel, man.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, when the wheel burns down, you kind of have to
Well, then
rebuild
when
it.
you burn the wheel down,
Yeah.
you should be, no, when like time happens, right? The time burns
well,
it down.
R.I.P.
right,
Oasis.
yeah.
R.I.P. Oasis.
R.I.P. Oasis, yeah,
Yeah.
Damn.
definitely.
Any
When they
count-
built that new thing next to the old thing, it was all over.
Yeah.
Like
It
the
was
day
like-
after it burned when it opened?
No, before it even burned. The idea of even
the
moving
The
idea
it.
that-
idea of
yeah,
building
yeah,
that
yeah.
thing next to that was just
Let's see
like,
what's
okay,
going to go there.
next.
Yeah.
Next,
You
yeah,
know.
exactly.
Yeah, for sure.
You blew it. Okay, and then finally, does anybody have any calendar?
What does that mean?
What's coming up?
4th
So
of
the
July
4th
is
of
also-
July,
4th
we
of
already
July
have.
is
Oh.
coming up.
Going to,
Loser lap at 6
we're,
p.m.
No, we're not going to call it the loser lap
Oh.
anymore because Bill was right. That's negative.
What?
Sorry,
That's
Bill.
the best thing ever.
No, think
loser
about
laps
this.
are remnants of our childhood of going to Coco Walk
These-
and sitting in the corner and watching all the people do loser laps.
Yes.
And hence the name.
still-
And it's
loser laps
also
on
a
the key.
remnant of us here on the key when we had nothing better to do than to drive around and do a loser lap around the key.
Listen,
Exactly.
I
We're
do
going
it
to go
till
park
today.
at Presbyterian for a little bit. Then
No.
we're going to drive around Mashta. Then we're
I
going to
do
go
it
around
till
Harbor.
today.
I still do that.
Yeah.
No
All the
shame.
So
I
the
love
loser
it.
lap is really
A positive thing.
It's an affectionate kind of nostalgic thing.
That's right.
But Bill does have some good suggestions. How about the celebration lap? That's a good one. Or the red, white, and blue lap. That's a good one too. I like all of those.
Loser lap.
If you have one in mind, think of let's call it what you want. How about call it what you want lap?
Just get out there, decorate your golf cart, and get out there that day. Don't do a parade.
Don't do a
Just
parade.
Drive around.
Starting at about 6 o'clock, from 6 to 8, we'll say.
You're saying 6. I was going to do it at 11 at the exact same time as the parade because that's
Oh.
what people are going to be
Let's
at.
melt,
Call it
dude.
the parade
People
lap.
are going to melt.
It's the parade, yeah?
Okay, well then,
Parade
you
lap.
guys, I've given my suggestion. You can do what you
Everybody's
want.
going to be blasted by 6,
Yeah.
7,
That's
8
the-
o'clock.
that
So then
is
you go out
true.
for the next lap, like the next round.
With a sober driver and a bunch of water guns. Make sure you have a lot
Water
of
gun, no balloons.
squirt. No.
Man,
No water
no.
balloons.
So the other thing that somebody told me, and I'll just say it here just in case any of you want to hear it, is at 9 p.m. on the 4th of July was when the fireworks are supposed to happen. If you have any fireworks, shoot them off at 9 p.m.
Yes.
You got a boat flare? Shoot it off at 9 p.m. 9 p.m. is the time to do your pyrotechnics.
Be safe,
okay?
but do it.
That sounds
Yeah,
The
good.
dogs hate that.
If you got to get one of
The
those
fireworks.
vests, those dog vests, man. Well, I mean,
I'm not worried about my dog. He's deaf.
all right. Let's go finally to the peanut gallery, only because I saw a comment that reaffirms one of my views.
Okay.
It's the Hacienda Canal,
okay.
isn't it?
Donald says that, Mark says that the sailboaters used to come into Hacienda Canal to go shopping when there was no gate. They could
Yeah.
just come in because it was public
Anchor, yeah.
access.
Oh, wow.
And they closed it off on us.
Wow.
Tear down this wall, Mr. Davy. That's what I say.
Let's ask him.
Okay, on that note, let's play us out with the little jingle. I want to thank Vita for being here on his
Yay.
vacation
Guys.
time. I want to thank Manny for being here on his regular week time. I want to thank Anna for being here. She would have been here anyway, and so
Yeah.
would have I. I will see you guys all on the 4th of July, I hope. Not
Happy
you.
4th.
Not me, yeah.
But anyway, the rest
Happy
of you who
4th.
are listening, have a very happy 4th of July. Get out there, celebrate, wave the flag, and say hi to your neighbors and stuff. Anything else?
That's
That's
it, man.
all.
Happy 4th.
Happy
Happy
4th to
4th.
everyone. Yeah.
Good night.